So recently we released our ABT and DTL microphone system. Now ABT and DTL is fine for all of the microphones to be live at the same time. A shooter calls pull, all microphones disable for 3 seconds before they come back online again, before someone else can call pull and the next trap fires, because it's always the same trap. We can do that in design. The problem comes with Compak. Obviously there's 6 traps in play, there's 5 stands in use, up to a squad of 6. So we needed a way to make these microphones sequence with the sequencer, and that's exactly what we've achieved. Depending on what you pair these microphones with will determine how they actually behave out in the field. For argument's sake, if you was to pair these 5 microphones to a single receiver, they'll go into DTL mode. And when I say DTL mode, they're all live until someone calls pull, they all disable, 3 seconds later, comes back on again, cycle repeats. If, however, you was to pair that to a Compak sequencer, like so, the microphones will sense that you're using a Compak sequencer and they will no longer come on all at the same time. They will wait to be told to come on by the Compak sequencer. So, exciting stuff. Let me just move the camera and we'll go through the features of the remote control. As you probably know, when you're running a Compak competition, it can be quite challenging for the buttoner to order the clays in the right sequence and to take scores as well. And that's where the Compak sequencer comes into play, because not only does it actually run the competition for you by providing the right clays to the right stand or by cycling through pull, you can actually press miss as well, and it will keep track of the scores each time someone misses a clay. Just give it a tap and then at the end of the round it will display how many misses each shooter has had. Setting these up is very straightforward, but we've made it even easier. Whereas before on the previous model you had to type in the actual menu for the competition in hand. Now in the second version of the Compak sequencer, we've actually coded in all 40 FITASC schemes into the remote control. So all you have to do is go into the menu, select scheme, and then you can scroll through any of the 40 menus. So it says at the bottom here we've got 5 singles for the first 8. The next 8 schemes in the list will be 3 singles and 1 on report. Then we have 3 singles and 1 simo, 1 single, 2 on report, and then finally 1 single and 2 simos. Once you've picked out the one you would like to do, all you have to do is press enter, and now it will say layout created. So this competition is good to go with the exception of selecting how many you're shooting in your squad. At the moment I've got a 6-gun squad, but of course I could change this by just going to squad size and dialing that down to how many competitors there are in the round. I'll leave this on 6, and generally speaking all you would do at this point is just press pull, and the display will come up with the first target or target 1, stand 1, gun 1. So it tells you the competitor, what stand we're starting on, and of course which of the banks of targets we're dealing with. In this case target 1's a single, so the first 5 targets we will see will be all single targets, and you would run through the whole competition by just pressing pull every time the shooter shouts pull. So pull, 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 missed his bird, pull, 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 these are the simos, pull, he missed 2 of them, pull, he missed 1, and so on and so forth. And when you get to the end of the round, as I say, the scores will come up on the screen. So this you are probably already familiar with the exception of now being able to dial in what scheme you would like. No bird steps back to the previous one, of course if it was a no bird, and then there is an advance in case you need to step forward without affecting the scores or anything. So that way you can move forward in the competition. So that pretty much sums up the standard Compak sequencer. Now obviously this is version 2, so if we go back into the menu, we have a couple of extra features here now. I don't know if I can just zoom in on this screen a little bit more so you've got a better view of what's going on. So we have squad size, we have scheme, that allows you, as I said earlier, to select any of the 40 FITASC schemes. We have channel. Now channel is new on this device. This allows you to select the layout on your ground. So if you had multiple of these systems in use, you can change the channel, and that will readdress everything so they can't conflict with each other. Puts them in a completely separate band of their own. Pair devices we will go over in greater details in a minute, but this is what you use to pair the receivers to the remote control and also the microphones. We have mic off or mic on. So when it's off, pressing pull will just cycle through the competition. Every time someone shouts pull, you press pull. Some people prefer to use the system this way. Some people will prefer to use it with the 5-stand microphone system. Now if you'd like to use the microphones, simply click the button. It now says mic on, and now this will become inactive and the microphones will do the rest for you. Once you've chosen all of your settings on this remote control, you can then just exit out, and then you're ready to begin the competition by pressing pull. But before we do that, we're just going to go through now and pair the microphones to this system, and we will pair one receiver to it too, just so you can see the process. Never easy trying to position these so you can read the screen on a camera, but I will try my best for you. So to pair these microphones to this remote control, we're going to go into the menu and pair devices. On the screen it will now say select trap to pair or swipe mics in stand order. Well, that's pretty easy, so all we have to do is go along all of these microphones one by one and swipe them in order. So this will be stand 1. If I show you the screen when I do this, if I can, it says on the screen mic 1 paired. There's mic 2. There's mic 3. There's mic 4. And finally, there's mic 5. So that's it now. They are safe to memory. Doesn't matter when we turn this controller off, put it in storage for a couple of weeks and bring it back out. So long as you number these microphones so you know which one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can just put them straight out without having to go through this programming process again. So to program receivers, as it says on the screen, select trap to pair. So we will pair receiver A. Now it's saying pair channel A, swipe magnet. So we take our magnetic programming tool over to the receiver and give it a swipe past the spanner icon. And then the remote control will beep twice to say that it's now paired. So if we come back to the menu now, we can exit out once everything is programmed up. Oh, one thing I didn't program as well is the referee remote control. So the referee remote control is used to mute all of the microphones or to adjust the sensitivity of the microphones up and down. And to pair this, we just hold down the pull button. We keep an eye on the screen if we can. Ref remote paired. So now everything is all talking together and it's all isolated on its own channel. So when we come to set up another ground, or another stand on our ground, they won't interfere with each other. So we can come out of the menu now by just pressing the button, and then it's saving changes. And we are good to go. So it's telling us on the screen here, again difficult to read, FieldTech Systems Compak scheme 37 is selected. We have a 6-gun squad. Press pull to start. So the moment I press pull now, the first light has come on. Target 1, stand 1, gun 1. So if I shout pull, take my shot. We've now moved on to gun 2 on stand 2. Pull. Gun 3, stand 3. Pull. So on and so forth. So all of these microphones are switching on one by one as they come up on screen. So it doesn't matter if someone bangs into their microphone or makes a noise on their stand, so long as it isn't a really loud noise, it won't affect the sequence of the competition. And now on stand 3, gun 3, I'll just show you the no bird feature. So at any time the referee can press no bird, which will obviously step it back 1 clay, but it's also built in to detect no clays as well. In this example, what I'll do is take the first shot by clicking my fingers, but I'll fail to take the second shot, therefore it's a no bird. 8 seconds later it will step back and rearm the pair for me. Pull! Okay, it's rearmed the pair. Pull! And now the competition progresses again. Same can be done with advance. If you need to skip forward for whatever reason, you can just give that a tap and that will move on to the next stand and targets. No bird obviously steps backwards. It won't step backwards, however, if they have taken both of their shots. Therefore, they shouldn't be taking a second shot at a clay. If it was a no bird, that would be registered as a used shot. So, in a nutshell, that about sums up this remote control. I've mentioned the miss button already. Same applies when using the microphone. You can just keep tapping miss. Every time they miss, just tap it, and then at the end of the round, the scores will come up on the screen. Quite a complicated remote control to try and explain all in a video, but it's very easy to use. So if you have any specific questions about this remote control, please don't hesitate to get in touch.